The red and blue lights pierced through the darkness like angry eyes. Maya Torres checked her rearview mirror, confusion washing over her face. She had not been speeding. Her hands gripped the steering wheel as she carefully pulled her silver sedan onto the shoulder of the empty road. The clock on her dashboard read 8:43 in the evening. Officer Kent Ryder stepped out of his patrol car, his boots crunching against the gravel. His partner, Officer Wade Collins, remained in the vehicle, watching through the windshield. Kent approached Maya's window with deliberate slowness, his hand resting on his belt. His face showed no warmth, no professional courtesy. Maya rolled down her window, her heart racing despite knowing she had done nothing wrong. "Good evening, officer. May I ask why you stopped me?" Kent leaned down, shining his flashlight directly into her eyes. "License and registration." "No." "Of course," Maya said, reaching slowly toward her glove compartment. "I am just getting my documents." "Keep your hands where I can see them," Kent barked, his voice sharp and threatening. "You people always try something." Maya froze. Those words hung in the air like poison. She took a deep breath, forcing herself to remain calm. "Officer, I am simply reaching for my registration as you requested. My movements are slow and visible." Kent snatched the documents from her hand when she finally retrieved them. He examined them under his flashlight, his expression twisting into something ugly. "Maya Torres. This your current address?" "Yes, sir. Everything is up to date." "We will see about that," Kent muttered. He walked back to his patrol car, taking far longer than necessary. Wade leaned over, speaking in low tones that Maya could not hear. Both officers glanced at her repeatedly, their body language radiating hostility. 15 minutes passed. Maya sat in her car, her phone clutched in her hand. She knew her rights. She knew this stop was wrong. But she also knew that one wrong move, one moment of anger, could turn this situation deadly. Kent returned, this time with Wade following behind him. "Step out of the vehicle." "Officer, may I ask what violation I have committed?" Maya kept her voice steady, professional. "I said step out." Kent yanked the door open, his hand moving to his weapon. "Do not make me repeat myself again." Maya complied, her movements careful and measured. The cold night air bit at her skin. She stood beside her car, her hands visible at her sides. "You got anything illegal in this vehicle?" Wade asked, circling around to the passenger side. "No, officer. I do not." Kent moved closer, invading her personal space. "Your taillight is broken. That is a violation. Plus, you were swerving back there. You've been drinking tonight." Maya's taillight was not broken. She had checked her car that morning. And she had not been swerving. "Officer, I have not consumed any alcohol. I am returning home from work. I am a pediatric nurse at Memorial Hospital." "Sure you are," Kent sneered. "Everybody has a story." "Wait, search the vehicle." "Wait, you need probable cause to search my car." Maya protested, her voice rising slightly. Kent stepped even closer, his face inches from hers. "You questioning my authority? That sounds like obstruction. Maybe resisting arrest." Wade began rifling through her car, pulling items out and tossing them onto the road. Maya's work bag, her groceries, her gym clothes. Everything scattered across the pavement like garbage. Maya pulled out her phone, her hands shaking but determined. She held it up, recording. "I am documenting this stop for my safety and yours." Kent's face flashed red with rage. "Put that phone away." "I have the legal right to record this interaction," Maya stated, her voice stronger now. Fear still gripped her chest, but injustice burned hotter. Kent reached for the phone, and Maya stepped back, keeping it out of his reach. "Do not touch my property without cause, officer." "That is it." Kent grabbed her arm, spinning her around roughly. "You are under arrest for obstruction and resisting." On what grounds? Maya demanded, even as he forced her hands behind her back. I have complied with every lawful order. Wade paused his search, looking uncomfortable for the first time. Kent, maybe we should just write the ticket and let her go. Stay out of this, Kent snapped. He pressed Maya against the car, his grip bruising her wrists. You think you are special. You think your little phone is going to save you. Nobody cares what happens to people like you on empty roads. Maya closed her eyes, fighting back tears of frustration and fear. But she would not beg. She would not give him that satisfaction. I want to call my husband. Kent laughed, a cruel sound that echoed in the darkness. Oh, you want to call hubby? Let him know his wife is going to jail tonight. He released one of her wrists, mockingly holding out her phone. Go ahead. Make your call. Let him hear what happens when you disrespect the law. Maya took the phone with trembling fingers. She dialed Marcus, her husband of 12 years. The phone rang once, twice. Maya? Baby, where are you? Marcus Torres' deep voice came through, warm with concern. Marcus, I have been stopped on Route 47, just past Henderson Road. The officer is threatening to arrest me. I have done nothing wrong. I recorded everything. Her voice cracked slightly, the strain finally showing. Kent leaned in, speaking loudly enough for Marcus to hear. Your wife has been uncooperative and hostile. She is facing multiple charges. If you want to help her, you better get a good lawyer. Silence filled the phone for 3 long seconds. Then Marcus spoke, his voice transformed into something cold and sharp as steel. Officer, what is your name and badge number? Kent smirked. Officer Kent Ryder, badge number 4729. And who might you be? Keep my wife exactly where she is. Do not move her. Do not arrest her. Do not touch her again. I will be there in 8 minutes. The line went dead. Kent handed the phone back to Maya, laughing. Oh, tough guy. What is he going to do? File a complaint? Get in line with all the others. But Maya's expression had changed. Her fear had transformed into something else. Quiet certainty. She said nothing, simply stood beside her car and waited. 7 minutes later, headlights appeared on the horizon. A black SUV with distinctive police markings approached rapidly, its lights flashing. It pulled up behind Kent's patrol car with authority. The driver's door opened, and a tall black man in a police chief's uniform stepped out. His presence commanded immediate attention. The silver stars on his collar gleamed under the streetlights. Marcus Torres walked forward with measured steps, his face carved from stone. Kent's smirk vanished. Wade's eyes widened in recognition and horror. Chief Torres, Wade stammered, standing at attention. Marcus ignored him, walking directly to Maya. Are you hurt? No. Just shaken. Maya's voice steadied in her husband's presence. Marcus examined her wrists where red marks showed Kent's rough handling. His jaw tightened. Then he turned to face Kent, who had gone pale. Chief, I did not know she was your wife. I mean, this is all just a misunderstanding. Kent's voice rose in pitch, desperation creeping in. You did not know she was a human being deserving of respect. Marcus's voice cut through the night like a blade. You did not know she had rights. You did not know that every person you stop, regardless of their skin color, deserves professional treatment. Sir, she was driving erratically, and her taillight was out, and then she became combative. Kent was babbling now, his earlier confidence completely shattered. Marcus walked to Maya's car, examining the taillights. Both functioned perfectly. He checked the body cam on Kent's uniform. This better be recording. It is, sir, Wade said quietly. Everything is on camera. Good. Marcus turned back to Kent. So the camera will show my wife driving perfectly. It will show her complying with your orders. It will show you escalating without cause. It will show you making discriminatory remarks. It will show you conducting an illegal search. And it will show you physically assaulting her when she exercised her legal rights. Kent opened his mouth, then closed it. There was no defense. No excuse. Marcus pulled out his phone, making a call. Lieutenant Davis, this is Chief Torres. I need you to send a supervisor to Route 47, Henderson Road area. Officer Kent Ryder is being suspended effective immediately. Full investigation into civil rights violations, illegal search, assault, and abuse of power. He paused, listening. Yes, tonight. Right now. He ended the call and addressed both officers. Kent Ryder, you are suspended without pay pending investigation. Your badge and weapon. Now. Kent's hands shook as he removed his badge, his weapon, his authority. Everything that had made him feel powerful disappeared in seconds. Wade looked away, ashamed to even be associated with what had transpired. Within minutes, another patrol car arrived. Lieutenant Sarah Davis stepped out, a woman with 20 years on the force and a reputation for integrity. She took one look at the scene and shook her head. Chief Torres. Officers. Marcus briefed her quickly, his professionalism never wavering despite his personal connection. Lieutenant, I want every second of that body cam footage preserved and reviewed. I want dash cam from both vehicles. I want a complete investigation by Internal Affairs. If Officer Ryder has done this to my wife, he has done this to others. Understood, sir. Lieutenant Davis turned to Kent. Officer Ryder, come with me. You will surrender all equipment and provide a statement. Kent walked to Davis's patrol car like a man heading to his execution. Wade remained, shifting nervously. Marcus addressed him. Officer Collins, your actions tonight will also be reviewed. You enabled this behavior. You participated in an illegal search. You may face consequences as well. Yes, sir. I understand, sir. Wade's voice was barely a whisper. If you have any integrity, you will provide a truthful statement about what happened here tonight. That is your only path forward. Marcus's tone left no room for argument. Lieutenant Davis drove away with Kent. Wade was instructed to remain and complete paperwork. Marcus finally turned his full attention to Maya, his professional mask cracking to show the worried husband beneath. Are you really okay? He cupped her face gently, searching her eyes. Maya let out a long breath, some of the tension draining from her body. I am now. Marcus, I was so scared. Not just for myself, but for what could have happened. If I had not recorded. If you had not been who you are. That is the problem, Marcus said, his voice heavy with anger and sorrow. You should not need me to be police chief for you to be treated with basic human dignity. No one should. They stood together beside the road, holding each other while Wade awkwardly gathered the items he had scattered from Maya's car. The night air felt colder now, reality settling in. This happens every day, Maya whispered. To people who do not have anyone coming to save them. I know. Marcus pulled back, looking into his wife's eyes with fierce determination. But this ends tonight. At least in my department. I promise you that. 3 weeks later, the community center was packed. Local residents, civil rights advocates, police officers, and media filled every seat. Marcus stood at the podium, Maya beside him, as he addressed the crowd. Officer Kent Ryder has been terminated from the police force. He will face criminal charges for assault and violation of civil rights. Officer Wade Collins has been suspended and will undergo extensive retraining. But this is not just about 2 officers. This is about a system that allowed this behavior to exist, to be tolerated, to be repeated. The crowd murmured, some in approval, others in skepticism. Marcus continued, his voice carrying conviction. I am implementing mandatory bias training for every officer in this department. We are establishing a civilian review board with real power to investigate complaints. We are requiring body cameras to be active during every interaction, with severe penalties for tampering. And we are creating a community liaison program so that we serve with you, not above you. Maya stepped forward, her voice steady and clear. What happened to me was terrifying. But I was lucky. I had resources, education, and yes, I had my husband's position to protect me. Most people do not have those things. Justice should not depend on who you know or who you are married to. It should be the right of every single person in this community. The crowd erupted in applause. Real change would take time, work, and constant vigilance. But for the first time in a long time, hope flickered brighter than fear. Kent Ryder sat in his apartment that night, his badge and gun gone, his career destroyed. The charges against him were serious. He would face consequences that he had never imagined possible. The power he had abused was stripped away, leaving only a man forced to confront what he had become. Maya Torres drove home on Route 47, past the spot where she had been stopped. This time, no flashing lights appeared behind her. No officer harassed her. She drove freely, safely, as every person should be able to do, and Marcus Torres sat in his office late into the night, reviewing policies, signing reforms, making calls. One woman's nightmare had become a catalyst. One moment of injustice had sparked a movement toward change. The road ahead was long. Racism and abuse of power would not disappear overnight. But accountability had been served. A message had been sent. And in that dark moment, on a lonely road, Maya Torres had refused to be broken. She had stood firm, recorded truth, and demanded justice. Sometimes, that is all it takes. One person refusing to accept injustice. One person standing up when it would be easier to stay silent. One person believing that change is possible, even when darkness seems overwhelming. Justice had come. Not just for Maya, but for everyone who would drive that road after her. Everyone who would encounter officers trained to see people, not stereotypes. Everyone who would benefit from a system that valued dignity over power. The badge of justice belonged to everyone now. And that made all the difference.